Welcome. Today we'll be going over the B major scale in contrary motion going 2 octaves. This one can be a little bit tricky because the fact that the scale has 5 black keys in the octave means that we can't build the fingering from contrary motion like C major and G major. Instead, we have to build it going up the scale, factoring in where the thumb can get to the white key, working around these groups of 2 and 3 black keys. We'll start by going over basic fundamentals, both with building out our B major scale hands separately, and then going into some general technique ideas that'll be useful later on. As next, we'll go into an exercise that is a preparatory exercise for the contrary scale, helping us get more familiar with the combinations and sound and the shapings that we use as we play this scale in contrary motion, so that we can play it with our eyes up and our ears hearing the sound of the scale, not having to feel like we're looking back and forth from left to right, watching both hands play the piano, really darting side to side quickly. Let's get started blocking our B major scale out.
Before we get started with the exercise, let's go over a few short techniques and skills that we'll be using in the exercise. Starting off with our blocking of the scale. We'll do this hands separately, first blocking the scale and then playing it broken. Over here, we have our B natural with the 3 notes, our E natural with the 4 notes, our B natural, our E natural, and our 5 on the B. Now, in our left hand, with the 4 notes, thumb on the B, our 3 notes, thumb on the E, our 4 notes, thumb on the B, our 3 notes, thumb on the E, and our 4 on the B. If that was a bit too fast, I highly encourage going over the video on B major scales here. Now, we want to make sure our eyes are up when we play this scale, and we are hearing the notes of the B major scale confidently without having to watch the keys. So, we'll take our right hand first with the eyes up. Now, with our left hand, eyes still up. Finally, there's a skill I go with a lot of my students at a very early point, the magic of the word with. We can have our hands in any shapes on any keys, and we can use the word with to separate our primary hand from our secondary hand. Often this will be the right hand first. So if I have a 3 and a 5, to play them together, I would have students say 3, 5, 3 with 5. 2, 4, 2, 4, 2 with 4. This way we can get used to grouping fingers across the hands and not getting confused about which finger numbers in our head are talking about which hand. And now we can talk about the left hand first. Let's say we have a melodic idea in our left hand. We're going to be more focused on what the left hand's doing and singing with the left hand. So we can simply then state our finger on the left hand first. Left hand with right hand. 4 with 5. And if this wasn't for scales, it's completely done with multiple notes. Let's say I had 1, 2 with 3, 5. That way we're comfortable grouping fingers across the hands, having an easy way to say this. We'll start off going slowly through the preparatory expanding, making sure that we're grabbing the groupings as we do the shift. So my 1 here starts with all 3 notes in the right hand and all 4 notes in the left hand. When I get to this 1 on E in the right hand, I make sure 1, 2, 3, 4 are all prepared to play the next notes of the B major scale. I go one more note to do the same with the left hand. Here my left hand having all 3 notes prepared. Now we continue on to that next point an octave further out, where I've got my 1 on E in the right hand and my 4 on F in the left hand. Now taking it the full 2 octaves. Now we focus just on the right hand, while still playing hands together. So we're going to be watching our right hand as we play, listening to our left hand. All of the statements we make will be the finger numbers right hand with left hand, stating the right hand before the left hand fingerings. 1 with 4. 2 with 1. 1 with 4. 2 with 1. 1 with 4. Now we do the same thing, staring at our left hand as we play. Now any fingerings I say out loud will be left hand with right hand, stating my left hand finger number first. 4 with 1. 1 with 2. 4 with 1. 1 with 2. 4 with 1. Now we play the exercise with our eyes up off of the hands, staying on the music, allowing ourselves to see upcoming finger patterns while keeping our ears engaged, hearing the B major scale and listening for the steady rhythm. Now we'll do the preparatory contracting in the same style. Going first slowly, finding these grouping patterns, making sure our hands are finding the groupings quickly. This can be a bit more challenging on contracting because we want to know which finger is coming over the thumb rather than knowing when we have the thumb after a black key group. Here, starting off with our 5 with 4, as even though we're on our Bs, right hand starts with the 5th finger while left hand does start the scale on the low end with finger number 4. 5 with 4, 2 with 1, 1 with 4, making sure my left hand can find all 4 of these notes here on the shift. 1 with 4, 3, 2, 1. The right hand here takes 3 over the top. It can set all of its fingers. We also notice this contrary motion. We use the same finger numbers in each hand. 3, 2, 1 on this moment of the scale. 5 with 4, 2 with 1, 4, 5 with 4, 1 with 4, 3, 2, 1. The next one we're looking out for is at the beginning of the last measure, this 4 with 3. 4 with 3. Here making sure I can group all 4 notes on the right hand with all 4 notes left. And then it's the same pattern coming in. Four with three. Now with this, making sure to watch our right hand, listening to our left hand play. Five with four. One with four. Three, two, one. Five with four. One with four. Three, two, one. Four with three. Now we go on to watching our left hand as we play, listening to our right hand. Now, any finger numbers being said will be left hand with right hand. Four with five. Four with one. Three, two, one. Four with five. Four with one. Three, two, one. Four with five. Three with four. Now with our eyes up, keeping an eye on which fingerings are coming up, while our ears hear the sounds of the B major scale and the steady rhythm. Now, with enough practice, this can give us comfort keeping our eyes up with our B major scale, 2 octaves in contrary motion.
You can find that exercise in the description down below. The more we work through this exercise, the more we work through our fundamentals, we should be able to feel more and more comfortable keeping our eyes up throughout this B major scale, which is going to give us more and more comfort. And honestly, a lot of our technique should be done eyes up, as that proves that our hands understand how to turn what we're hearing and what we're seeing into shapes and patterns in our hand. That way our ears can be confident they're hearing us play the music correctly, rather than having to rely on just touch or sight to know that we are playing the music correctly. If you found this exercise helpful, like and subscribe for future piano content. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. Happy practicing.